Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Cancer, January 7, 2023. Transits help you let go of tension in pleasant ways today. Someone might speak highly of you, or they have your back. Instead, you could put faith in a matter that you've been concerned about in recent weeks. It's a good time for relaxing or rejuvenating recreation if you can manage it. If you need to forgive someone or be forgiven, today can provide the moment. Emphasizing the non-material elements of a project can be a good idea now. Strength is coming from within right now. Is this person your end-all, be-all? Amidst the moon's transit through your secretive house of closure, dreams, and all things behind the scenes, you could be feeling more introspective during this time, whether you're single or already attached. You could be feeling the need to retreat and recharge your energy, so go within and tend to your life behind the scenes. Whatever choice you're preparing to make, be sure to sleep on it. With the moon in intellectual Cancer, you could be emotionally invested in your sector of greater community, technology, and dreams. As Uranus retrograde sextile Neptune continues to dream about your career path with hope and faith, the quirky moon may encourage you to invest in said dreams. You might feel more self-assured about following your professional aspirations, as the moon has straightforward mental energy that views your dreams with clarity. So, altogether, the energy is the perfect catalyst for making a calculated move in your career path toward accomplishing your goals. While there might not be any signs of movement on the income front so far this year, this is not only early days but the brakes have yet to come off. Not only is a turnaround coming up on the income front over the coming days, but the lunar nodes are just 13 days away from your two money houses and from energizing both sides of the financial fence for the next 18 months. Not everything in your private life is running as well as you would like. Friends and family have their own wishes and goals and are not bound to show consideration to you. Even though it's tough, accept that some situations will not run according to plan. Try to change your perspective and understand others' points of view. This is the best strategy at present. You're feeling pretty good but wondering how long this mojo will last. If you can do anything to solidify your position, now is the time to get started, before things start to change around you. If you are longing for love and the feeling of security this brings, don't always pursue it with such vigor or be overly concerned if a love you want isn't always available. You can get what you want by taking your time, being a little more relaxed and calm. A brand new outlook brings with it the promise of success. You can finally lift up your head and celebrate life in all its forms. No one loves celebrations more than you do, because they are a way of breaking out of your daily rut and allowing yourself some fun and relaxing social time. However, you often play your emotions like a very close hand, and few people know how much your circle of friends really matters to you. For your own sake, throw a small party, if possible. To help take the stress factor out, plan as far ahead as you wish. It is truly a time for social encounters and games that engage in friendly competition only. Make sure to live up to your professional commitments before you get into any social activities. Allow the evening to develop at its own pace. If you start to schedule the activities, you will find that you will not be able to complete them all. This can lead to frustration. Instead, try to be spontaneous today. Just go with the flow. At the same time that the moon moves into his final 2 weeks in your work sector, he moves into some of his best but the only challenging days he will face while here. A friendly aspect to Uranus in your career sector and closing in on an alignment with Mercury in your work sector puts the spotlight on both new and untapped professional and job potential. Yet this comes just as the lead up to the first full moon of 2023 begins, something that will put how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test. With the sun still 7 days away from your relationship sector and from turning the solar spotlight onto your relationships, Venus returned 3 days ago was always going to give you a head start. This gets an additional boost when Venus moves into a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Ceres in your communication sector, something that can boost your confidence while giving your relationships a voice. Daily planetary overview. The Capricorn Sun connects with Uranus in Taurus this morning. When these two planets align, it allows us to lean into our innermost true and unique vibe. We can be ourselves today without any pushback from friends, family, or co-workers. In fact, living one's best life means embracing all of the parts of oneself, which we will be freely sharing with others today instead of hiding who we truly are. The Pisces Moon and Mars in Cancer square off today. When the Moon squares Mars, it can bring intense arguments to the fore. This energy can directly affect relationships and home life. Be careful not to listen to people who don't have your best interests at heart. And don't take advice from someone who doesn't know the full story. They might push you into saying things that aren't necessarily kind and don't hold any weight in the discussion. Although we might want to argue until the bitter end, and get in the last word, it would be inadvisable. More often than not, it doesn't matter who wins. Be the bigger person, and stop the drama from reaching that point by walking away or apologizing. In many cases where arguments occur, no one is right or wrong. Therefore, it's important to regain peace and understanding, so you can work and evolve together as a functional unit. In centering conversations around our own experiences, we can come off as showboat. We are entirely naive to this, unable to see ourselves realistically and believing that we are making friends when we are really attracting people who want to see us knocked off our pedestal. We should be mindful of how we are presenting ourselves as well as the company we are keeping. Perhaps it will be better to put off new introductions until later in the morning, as the moon enters its void following this aspect. We only get one chance to make a first impression, so we might as well hedge our bets. The same attitude that enables us to tackle tedious mundane duties can also make us critical of others' choices or predispositions. Aim to stay on your own path and let others live their lives. You'll save more energy this way. This aspect celebrates innovation and progress. We desire to break free from limitations and carve a new niche for ourselves. Change isn't disturbing, it's exciting. Acting upon revolutionary impulses and ideas allows us to make greater strides in our life than we would by sticking to convention. Because this cosmic meeting is occurring in steady Earth signs, we probably won't throw all caution to the wind. However, we will assess the resources at our disposal and imagine how to use them differently. Don't be afraid to try a completely new approach to tackle a persistent issue. If your method doesn't work, it doesn't work. We are offered divine protection now, so should we make an error or a misstep, the recovery will be swift, and the lessons learned will be invaluable.